China and the Pacific Island nations have agreed to deepen their comprehensive strategic partnership. The decision was made during the special meeting of foreign ministers in Fiji. During the meeting, China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi phrased a partnership and said Beijing was ready to extend cooperation in multiple areas, including poverty reduction, climate change, and disaster prevention. The sides also agree on the equality of all countries, regardless of size, and that development is a shared mission of China and the island nations. Greg Navarro reports from Suva.
China's foreign minister and Fiji's prime minister addressed reporters in Suva after a series of meetings between the two leaders.
Minister Wang Yi and I had an excellent discussion on how Fiji and China can strengthen our partnership to take on the greatest threats facing the Pacific. Our meeting today was guided by mutual respect and the common interest of our people's continued socio-economic progress.
Wang Yi's trip to Fiji in the midst of an 8-day, 10-country tour of the region included a meeting with the Pacific Islands Forum General Secretary where leaders addressed development across the region. But the highlight of the trip was to co-chair the second China-Pacific Island countries' foreign ministers meeting.
President Xi Jinping made a written message to the meeting, fully demonstrating the great importance China attaches to its relations with Pacific Island countries. Together with the leaders and colleagues from these countries, we discussed the cooperation between China and the Pacific region.
That meeting covered a wide range of topics and issues that are important to Pacific Island nations.
We agreed to pursue common development and prosperity. We all agreed that development is a shared mission of China and Pacific Island countries. We all agreed to be committed to high-quality development of Belt and Road cooperation and to jointly tackle such challenges as COVID-19 and achieve economic recovery.
It included a commitment from China on one of the most pressing issues facing Pacific nations, climate change. Many countries in the region are dealing with the very real impacts from rising sea levels.
China, on its part, will continue to make our own efforts and take concrete steps to support Pacific Island countries in coping with climate change.
While China signed several agreements with individual countries, including Fiji, Chinese officials stressed that the foreign ministers' meeting did not end with a consensus on a comprehensive regional economic and security deal with the Pacific Island nations.
There has been general support from the countries of 10 countries which we have diplomatic relations. But there are some, of course, there are some concerns on some specific issues. And we have agreed that these two documents will be discussed afterwards and until we have reached an agreement.
China and Pacific Island countries will continue to support each other and help each other to firmly safeguard each other's core interests and major concerns and continue to strengthen and expand our comprehensive strategic partnership.
Chinese officials say they'll continue a dialogue with Pacific Island nations, including how those countries can benefit from furthering their cooperation and ties with China. Greg Navarro, CGTN, Fiji.